Okay, so what we'll do now is have a look inside. So I'll start taking all these screws out, and we'll open the case up and we'll look what's inside. Okay, there we go. So they've connected the pump up for you and it's mounted on a rubber bracket. You can see that. We've got the fuel line connected. Alright, okay. It looks like it's been pre-tested because there's fuel in the line. There's all your connections, so I presume there must be spares that they give you because it looks like it's ready to go virtually. You've got your fuel. Okay. It's like almost 5 litres, I think that is, could be. So it'll be a matter of fact of putting the air duct in. There's a hole at the back here. It doesn't say where it goes. It just says so. And there's a place for a filter, but okay. The exhaust will only fit on the ports, which is the one where the heater ducts are, so it's to the right where the heater comes out. Okay, and I'm using the twin. It's like 2 bands of wire going round, which will make a better connection. Okay, can you see that? Yeah. And then the air vent goes through with the small clip on. That slides onto that one. Okay. Actually, I'll put the clip around the other way so it doesn't get in the way of the fuel line. Okay. Probably can't see that. So that side. There we go. I will admit some of these clips aren't the best, so you might want to replace them. But see, I had to squeeze that one and alter it slightly. Also, on the exhaust pipe, on the one end, this one's a little bit sloppy fitting, and that one's quite a good fit. So I just turned it round, and I quite like the idea of this clip with the two bars, if you can see them, because it'll do a better grip, I think. I want to get a spanner on that and tighten that up, which I'll do now. Okay, so I've just swapped that Jubilee clip, and I can't move this now. Okay, I'm twisting that, and the other one just kept twisting. So definitely get some good Jubilee clips. Okay, so I've bent the exhaust where I want it, but I'm thinking now I might just put, came with a bit of a bent, that doesn't matter, we can straighten that. So you've got holes in the bottom of these with your feet, which is your stand, so I'm probably going to end up putting a couple of either 4 rubber feet on them, and just making it a bit higher so we've got more clearance for the exhaust, because we don't want it to kink. I mean, it's going to be, no, it's not going to fit, is it? So yeah, okay, so I'll get some feet for that as well. So just these little things I'm going to show you, so be prepared. Also, when this bracket fits on the, if you can imagine that's going to be like that. So on my other one, on this one, I mounted it over there, and I mounted it so that I put spacers between, so it didn't touch. All right, well, the tip. Gonna do my battery 5%. So you can see what I'm doing, putting a bolt, nut and bolt all the way through, 2 nuts to space it, and then I'm going to use the spacer bar, and that'll go on the body, and that'll keep it just right. Nuts in between, so it doesn't crimp so it doesn't crush it, and then another nut to put these together to hold it in, then a small spacer bar I found, a washer, and then a locking nut on the inside. Alright, that's the air. Pretty solid. There we go, it's not going anywhere. Right. I think it's just use your noddle. Bit of modification. Hopefully not too many bends in the exhaust. So I've got coming out, that's screwed in nice and tight, that's not going to move. I'm not bothered about the beam, that's fine, it's not going to go anywhere. And also I've ordered 4 feet, 4 25mm rubber feet to go on there for more clearance. Okay. So we're not going to be far off firing up in a minute. Okay, I think we're not far off. Exhaust on, air filter fitted. Just put the power back on again. Just got to fill it with diesel. Find the battery, which I've got, and we'll give it a fire up. I've got the silencer. I don't need one on that one because that goes straight outside. So probably do the same with this, depending. This is quite a nice little portable device. It's a bit smaller than mine. So we'll see how it fares. The slight, it does fit. There's a slight difference in the base, but the feet will sort that out. You see that? It's a bit dark in here. Let's try a bit of a flash. There we go. Well, let's give it a fire up. And I'm in the garage. I did do this earlier, but I've lost the video. It seems to have got corrupt, so we'll have to do another test, which I'm sure you don't mind. Let's have a look at this. Okay. So, thinking this is the first fire up. This is the remote control that came with it. Pretty straightforward. I can zoom into that. So just look at that clock. So on, off, plus and minus. Okay. Pretty straightforward. So that's on. The first time what happened was there wasn't enough fuel in the lines and I never touched it. It purged itself actually. Very clever. It sort of stopped. Didn't shut off altogether, just waited for a second, there's a puff of smoke and it resurged itself. Repurged itself and then fired up. So let's see how we get on here. I can say that it did work exceptionally well, but I'd rather you find out for yourself. So I'll just pause you, we'll wait for the pump to kick in. You can, I don't know if you can see, let's have a look. I'm trying to flash, we're getting better. Okay, very light, I must admit, very light. It was very quiet, but I'll let you find out for yourselves. So that's the pump kicking in. It's a lot quicker than the other one, I've got to admit, but I still like my original that I made. Maybe because it's still warm, I don't know, probably is, but I've just looked at the footage now and it was rubbish. I've put the silencer on. We're on 3, we're on 3, so this doesn't, it looks a slightly different clock as well, by the way. I won't touch the remote, let's see if it's, it might be preset. Kicked in quick. I did earlier, nearly set fire. Okay, when you know when I said you could smell newness, it wasn't, it was melting the first, well it's not a first aid box actually, it's got bits in it, but that's how hot that exhaust gets. Melted on the bottom of it, look, you see where it dripped out along the bottom there, I don't know if you can see that there. Got it really hot. But anyway, let's look at the job in hand. It goes up to, when I press the plus sign, it'll go up to 6. What's it at the moment? 5, 6. I will go one more to see what happens. I don't think it'll go to 7. Nope. Seems to 16 centigrades, so high, 3, 6 is the maximum. I thought we could smell newness, but what we could smell, it was burning plastic. There we go. It's getting nice and warm now. I'll have to clean that plastic off the exhaust, but apart from that, yeah, really chuffed with this. Very, very portable. Seems to be quite nicely balanced as well, with the tank on the one side. That's not from the exhaust, that's the thing, that's from burning. So you've got the tank on the one side, and then you've got the burner, the furnace, so on my left side, and the tank on the right side. It's the same size tank as what we're already using, which is a gallon tank, 5 litres as such. A little bit, won't take quite 5 litres. But very nicely balanced. I must admit, you can pick it up if you put this outside and then had the furnace blowing into a tent or a camp or whatever. Ideal, absolutely, without a shred of a doubt, a cracking bit of kit. Okay. If you like the video, please give it a like and a thumbs up. And over in this corner over here is the subscribe button and the notification bell. And over here is up and coming, and then there's a like button down below, which would be appreciated because it helps the channel no end. Okay, I'm just going to shut this down. So just by pressing the off, it's quite quick this. So there we go. Is that it? Off. And then it goes through its sequence, it cools itself down, there's a blast at the end, and that's it. Absolutely brilliant, loving it. Thoroughly enjoyed making the one I had, but also this is for the garage part, and that's for the gym part. Alright, thanks very much again, take care, catch you in the next video, all the best.